Hi everyone. So I've been talking about like the new process that I've been going through with my hair. So I've been on my journey for a very long time. I think ever since 2012, and I've had some really low times, some ups as well, but not as much as I would have liked. And it's usually because I'm not consistent with any of the things that I do. I'm always trying to find something better that will give me faster results, and that's not always a good thing. Like, you really have to find something that works for you and stick with it. So I'm always like searching on YouTube and talking to people, and anytime they're like, try this, I'm like, oh my gosh, let me try it. And it turns out it doesn't work for me. So recently I've been noticing, like, my hair has been thinning out, and so I've tried the wig, I've tried, braiding it in twists. It just, those things are not working for me, so I stopped that. So I've decided that I'm going to braid with these extensions, and I didn't do it professionally. I did it by myself because when I go to the salon, I'm very tender-headed. They're not as kind to my scalp as I can be, so I'm like, in so much pain, and I feel like they rake through so fast and quickly that they really tear at my hair. So I don't like going to the salon. So I decided to put these braids in myself. I've had them in for like a month and a half, and what I'm going to show you is what I do. So again, I've had them in for a month and a half. So I wash them every 1 to 2 weeks, depending on my time frame, or what I'm doing or how busy I am. And so I make sure that I get to the roots, and I wash with my coconut and his hibiscus shampoo. I let it sit just for a little bit, then I rinse it out, then I put in my conditioner. I let that sit as I do my whole cleansing process, and in the time frame that I'm showering, it's sitting there doing its thing. And then once I am done, then I rinse it out. I dry my hair, towel dry it, and then I apply the black tea tree rinse to it, because that helps with retention. And in a day or two after it has dried, I rebraid. And so this is the process that I've been doing. I'm in that process right now, the rebraiding, because the braids are relatively, okay looking. I don't have to do it all at once. Obviously when I was putting them in, it took me like 4 hours. But rebraiding, I can do it in a course of a week. So that was pretty cool. I like that about the fact that I can do it myself. So right now I only have these two left, so you can see the amount of growth that I've had. See, and I can't really say this is an amount of growth, because I know the fact that I'm doing it myself, I'm not very good at it, so the hair can slip a bit. And I do moisturize with a water bottle every so often, so that might cause a little bit of tension and weight that will cause it to slip. And then I do sleep, so I'm not thinking all of this is growth, but I know some of it is. But I'm going to show you that I've already rebraided this, so this is where it's coming from. You see how close this knot is to my scalp? You can't see any give really. It actually hurts if I twist it around, because I've done it that tightly. So from going this tight to this loose, there has to be at least a little bit of growth in there. So I'm really glad about that. So this one is I have only two left to do. I've done all of these already. Again, I did them myself. So if they're not up to your standards, that's okay. I don't mind them. I've actually had compliments about the hair. I think it's because it's really long, and I think it looks really fine. It goes with my face, parted in the middle the way that it has been. I can, throw this to the side, and it looks pretty cute. So I love the fact that I can get up and go and not worry about it. So all I do is I unbraid. Um, I've already like halfway undid it so that it doesn't take too long to show you. So I don't know how other people braid their hair, but what I do is I have the two strands of extensions and my own hair, and that makes the three strands that I will use for the plait. So, and that's why I feel like there's a lot of slip that can happen, since I'm not really locking in the hair at the very base. I'm more like concealing it and it's the tension that I use that actually makes it really tight, and the fact that it is a bit wet too. So I'm just gonna undo this just to show you how I do it. So I love this. You can see my hair here, the difference between the long braid and my hair, right? So like I said, the reason why I love this is because I can see my hair growing. I can wash it, since these braids are not very small, and I already mentioned how I wash it and what I do. I make sure it's pretty clean, and you can tell I just took this out. If you there is like no residue, there's no like little dust ball at the base here. I did a pretty good job at washing, right? And you can tell my hair texture. I love the fact that it's like little like wavy like this, because I can feel like I can like leave it out if I decide to take them all out. Anyway, so this is the length of my hair, so it's not very short, but the problem is the end here. You see how thin that is? I would at some point cut this a few months back, but I'm deciding that I'm not gonna cut, because I've been cutting my hair since 2012 and I haven't seen any retention because of, or any length because I've been cutting. The retention I'm working on now, it's gonna grow regardless. So, but this is how I work on the retention, what I'm doing now. So this is my little water bottle with the olive oil and water, like the only oils that work for me. If you see my previous video with the what is it called, the wild growth oil, I use that for the scalp, and I use this also for my scalp so that I can keep it moisturized. And I'll do this in the nighttime or in the daytime depending on how I feel. So I spritz it to keep it wet, and then I like finger detangle like this so it doesn't stick together and just lock, since I'm not going to touch it for another week or two depending on how much time I have. And I kind of like stretch it out a bit so I can get all the little strands that have possibly grown, hopefully, right? And so then I grab hold of the same hair, right? Because, and this saves like so much money. This hair was like $8, and I've been using this like since a whole month and a half, like I told you, and will be using it for another couple of months. As I wash them every week or so, they don't smell and they're not dirty. So like, I don't think I'll ever need to buy another hair pack again. So then this is what I do. I place the extension hair on top of my hair, and then I braid them. I do it as tightly as possible and as firmly as I can, and then I braid it down. So it kind of just like holds the hair down and it conceals it, but it doesn't get tangled, and that's like the secret, because that's why I feel like I can finger detangle and not have a problem. Um, and then I just braid it all the way down. And that is what I've been doing for a month and a half. And as you can see, I pulled no hair out. All I did was spread it open and part it, you know, with my fingers. I didn't even comb through really. I just opened it up. And then I spray, I braid, I'm done. So I don't see how in the world my hair will not grow and retain length and fullness with this method. It's only been a month, but I will be keeping you posted every once in a while. I will do it again so that you can see. If you want to try this, you are definitely welcome to. Like, look at these braids. Like, look at my face. This is totally cute. I can go anywhere with this. You know, there's not much you can do as for styles, like if you don't want to, that is. You can keep it the way that it is, but I'm sure I can work it and do something if I'm going to a party, or I could choose to do nothing because my face looks just fine. So that's one of the reasons why I love braids. I'm so glad I'm able to do this by myself. I'm so glad I thought to do this. You know, I'm like, yay, thank God, this is going to work. So in a couple of weeks, I will do it again. I will probably wear another kind of shirt just to show you where I am, so that as the months go by, we can keep track of the growth together. So I hope this was helpful to you, and let me know if you like this method, if you think it's good for you. If you want to try it, we can try it together and we can see how our hair grow together. So I'll see you next time. Hope you liked the video. If you do, subscribe, and I'll keep you posted on my hair journey. Bye.